What's up, everyone? I'm Gina Caputo, and I'm back with another tasty yoga snack for you. Today's snack is all about bridge. Now, here's the thing with bridge. We consider it a back bend, but when you think of back bending as spinal extension, it's pretty minimal. You're actually not getting a lot of spinal extension. What you are getting is a lot of hip extension. So when you lift your hips up away from the floor, that's hip extension. And which muscles do hip extension? Well, your glutes are the biggest contributor to hip extension, and then your hamstrings as well. So what that tells us is that we definitely need to fire those muscles to get as much hip extension as possible. Now, I like bridge as a hip opener, as a front of hip stretch, more than I really like it as a back bend. That said, it has so many variations that I love it for that reason alone. Let's do a few of them. And you could either do all of these in sequence anytime you like to feel like you're getting a solid bridge sesh in, or you could pick the ones that you really like and add those into your existing practice. Let's start with the basics. So come onto your back to set up for bridge if you're doing this along with me. Otherwise, just enjoy watching. We lower down, knees are bent, and you want to feel that your heels are roughly under your knees. Try to use proprioception. We used to be told to reach your fingertips for your ankles, but that really depends on the length of your torso and the length of your arms, and it doesn't necessarily mean it's the right spot for your feet. So heels are under your knees. Flowing bridge is simple, but it also asks you to focus, and that's the reason I love it, because you're trying to sync your breath and movement exactly. So here's how it goes. As you begin your inhalation, you push through your heels and lift your arms. Keep syncing with your breath so you're still breathing in, breathing in, breathing in. And then as you exhale, you slowly lower at the exact same speed as your exhalation. Let's do it again. Push through your heels, fire your glutes, drag your heels back isometrically, and you'll feel your hamstrings turn on. And then sync with your exhale and lower slowly. One more of those. This is very meditative for how much you have to focus to activate and synchronize. All right, nice. Now this one is a little bit of a shoulder and spinal mobility drill. So it could be new to you, in which case just watch it first. Same starting position, except we're adding that you're bending your elbows so your hands are like two cacti alongside your ribs. Push down through your heels and your elbows to lift your hips, and then reach your right arm up across your torso and see if you can tap the ground to the far left side of your head. And then lower back down. We'll do it again. Push down through heels. Now I'm firing my legs and glutes, and then left arm up and reach across and over. And then slowly back down. We'll do that again. Push through your heels and your elbows. Drag your heels back isometrically. Reach over and across and down. Again, practice pushing through your heels. Drag your heels back. Left arm up, over, and back. And we'll do one more each side. Push through heels, drag back, reach over, back down. Last one. Here we go. Pull heels back, and down. All right, now straighten your arms alongside your body. If you ever want to up the ante of your bridge and get even more of that posterior chain of muscle activation, posterior chain refers to all the muscles that run along your back body. So to do that, this is another one of my favorites. It's a one-legged bridge. So I should say before we do it that there's always the option when you're coming in to regular bridge or one-legged bridge to use a strap. Along with being a great hip stretch for the front of your hips because you're in hip extension, if you clasp your hands, you also get a stretch across your pectoralis major, so across your chest. But for some of us, clasping hands is just not possible today. Enter the strap. And you can use anything that looks like a strap. You could use a belt off your pants. You could use a necktie. You could use a piece of rope or a towel. So if you have a strap, what you'll do is place that beneath you. And you want to hold it like this so that your thumbs point out and your palms face upward. So your palms should be facing your own butt cheeks. You walk your hands as close together as you can, and then try to pull the strap apart, like you were trying to break it with your hands. And then just like the other bridges, push through your heels, fire your back chain, drag your heels back without actually moving your feet. That's the isometric. And there you go. It can make bridge much harder than usual. So that's nice. All right, so with a strap or not, you could also be clasping your hands. Let's now do one-legged bridge. So for one-legged bridge, you want to walk your feet about half the distance to each other. So you narrow the gap halfway, wiggle your feet in, maybe one click. We begin the same. You push through your heels, lift your hips. If you're using a strap, try to pull it apart. If you're clasping your hands, try to pull them apart. And think of hugging your inner thighs towards each other. Then shift your weight into your right foot, draw your left knee in, and then push your left foot through the ceiling. Keep rooting down through the heel of your foot still on the floor and push the roof off this place with your left foot. Be there as long as you like, then you lower down. Sometimes it helps to get reset, maybe wriggle a little, get a better grip on your strap. Push through your heels, lift, right thigh in, so a little stag position, and then push through your heel on the floor and send the ball of your right foot through the roof. Keep pushing down to lift up. And then bend your knee and touch down. If you're holding your strap, you can set that off to the side. All right. I saved the best for last. Supported bridge. Now, unlike all of the others, this one is passive, and there is a time and place for passive. I wanted to give you some ways that you could really activate your bridge so it didn't feel maybe so much like this, I don't know, remedial backbend. Some people don't want to do it because it seems like too basic. I'm just saying you could find more layers to that sweet bridge pose. But when you use a block and place it under your sacrum, it becomes a restorative pose, very passive. Remember, your block has 3 heights. There's the lowest, the mediumest, and the highest. You want to find the one that allows you to rest on it. So hold your block in your dominant hand. The setup is the same. Push through your heels and elbows. So here it's active. If you're going to the tallest height, Most everyone I know is going to come onto their tiptoes and walk their heels towards their seat a little. That gives you the most clearance. And then you place the block under your sacrum. Where is your sacrum? Just above your butt cheeks, just below your lower back. So you can check it out. Maybe you're at the highest, but this feels too activating. You can lower it one level to the medium height. And for some of us, the challenge becomes doing less. You can stay with this for many breaths, or you might like to explore walking your legs out. Now, in my experience, not everyone loves this. Some people feel a little impingement in their lower back when they straighten their legs. So please don't be surprised if you do experience that. It's not universally relaxing. It's just an option. Now, before I get too deeply relaxed to finish, I'm going to come out. But just so you know, this would be a pose, a bridge that you could hold for several minutes. So to come out, you once again push through your feet or come onto your tiptoes, slide your block out to the side. And I always like to do constructive rest after I do a series of bridge poses. That's feet wide and drop your knees in towards each other. And once again, you could stay in constructive rest as long as you like, but it's a nice counter pose. And then eventually you might make your way to seed, where you have your knees into your chest. So there you have it, my friends, several different bridge pose options. I hope that you enjoyed them and that you find some value in them for your next practice. I'll see you next time.